Hello, hello. It is Coach Grace here with Spell, and we are going to do a lower abs shredded workout today. So I have my mat. I'm here at the beach in the Florida winter. That's why I have my long sleeves on. And I'm going to walk you through the moves first, and then we'll do the whole thing all out. All right, it is time to shred our lower abs. So here's our walkthrough. We're gonna do each of these movements for 30 seconds. I count for you. You don't have to do any of the counting. We are going to walk through the movements first, and then I'll show you what to do. So I'm gonna come down to my mat here, to the back of my mat. So we're gonna back it up a little bit. And we are going to come down to both forearms. Hands are spread. Bring our feet a little more narrow than hip width apart. And I'm gonna do plank hip dips. So dropping a hip to the mat, kind of like I'm making a rainbow with my hips. So dropping each one to the mat, it doesn't have to touch the mat, just lowering to the mat. And then from there, we are going to do mountain climbers. So for this one, I'm gonna come up to a straight arm plank instead of my forearms. If you need to stay on your forearms, that's okay too as a modification, but we're going to come onto our straight arm plank and do mountain climbers. So drive your knee towards your chest, keeping your back flat and your abs engaged, just like you're doing a march. If you need to do this a little bit slower, you can just walk it out here. From those mountain climbers, we are going to go into heel taps. So for this one, I'm going to come onto my back and swing my legs around so they are hip width apart. So I have my feet planted here, slowly, carefully lower down. Your chest and your neck and your head are lifted. My palms are gonna face up here, and they are literally heel taps. So I'm going to tap each heel. Or I guess if my feet are a little closer, I could tap each heel for 30 seconds, working into those obliques. After those heel taps, we are going to go into reverse crunches. So it's a crunch for the lower abs instead of the upper abs, like a regular crunch. So I'm gonna stay low on my mat here. My head and my upper body stay rested on the ground. My feet come in the air. They are zipped together, squeezing my inner thighs together as one unit. And then you can put your fingertips on the mat and then press your hips up and lower them down. So right where you zip your jeans, the lowest part of your abs, you're gonna do a little crunch for the abs. Try not to make it a swing. Try to make it more a controlled movement with your lower abs instead of just momentum. And from there, we are going to do scissor kicks to finish it off. So I moved, but you don't have to. You can stay where you are. Head stays on the mat, toes are pointed, and you're going to do little scissor kicks. So for 30 seconds, just to finish it off, working into those lower abs, try to get those legs on the 45 and do scissor kicks to the finish. So that is our lower abs shred. We are going to do the workout all together. All right, everybody, it is time for that lower abs shredded workout. So I have my mat here because we are going to be on the ground for this whole thing. You've seen the walkthrough, you know the moves. Each of these movements is for 30 seconds, so let's get to it. I'll count for you. We'll come down to our mat and come into that forearm plank position. Remember, we are starting with some hip dips. So palms are spreaded, feet are really close together, pretty narrow. Abs and hips are tucked, and 30 seconds with those hip dips. Go. Taking that hip to the mat, remember, like you're trying to trace a little rainbow with your hips. So your hips may never actually touch the mat, and that's okay. But you're trying to lean each hip towards the mat, keeping the abs in, keeping the legs squeezed together. And it's important to squeeze your butt here. I know we might forget about our butt when we're in our plank, but it's important to squeeze your butt. It'll make your form so much better. You got 3, 2, and 1. Drop down to the knees. Carefully press up to those straight arms. We are going into mountain climbers for 30 seconds. So straight arm plank, feet hip width apart, hands shoulder width, and go. Driving your knee into your chest here. Remember, you can always slow it down if you need, make them a little bit smaller, or speed it up, make it a little bit faster. Spread those hands on the mat, keeps your abs engaged. Keep that nice flat back, and your hips stay low here. You never want to pike your hips up too far. I think I'm digging a little hole in the sand here in the back, but keep going, stick with it. Remember to breathe. We got 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Whew, awesome job. Slide those legs through, bring them hip width apart, and you're going to carefully roll back down to your mat. Remember, neck, shoulders stay lifted, arms reach forward, hands up, and heel touches here. So you want to press your navel into the mat while you're doing these and reach your fingertips towards your heels. This is great for the obliques. So think side crunching. Rather than a sit up, you're going side to side. So a little crunch through the obliques. So think like you're pulling your insides in, pulling your rib cage in as you're going from side to side. We got 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Awesome job. You can rest your head now. Let your head rest on the mat. Bring your legs overhead, zip together, arms into the mat, and lower body curls. Lower crunches here for the lowest, deepest part of the abs. This is right where your jeans hit, that hard to work area that no one really likes in their tummy. This is all for toning the lower abs. So less momentum here, more control. So you want to lift your hips up and lower them. So it's a slow lift and lower. If you need to slow it down to get that movement, you can slow it down. But we're almost there. We got 3, 2, and 1. Keep the upper body on the mat. We're doing scissor kicks to the finish. So those legs stay together. Bring them to the 45, straightest legs, and scissor kicks to the finish. I'm gonna point my toes here. Really important to keep your back flush with the mat. So you want your back flat with the mat by pressing your belly button down. If you need to work a little bit higher with your scissor kicks, that's okay. Your form is really important. So that back is flat. And if you can lower them a little bit, just a little bit, try it out. Give yourself a challenge. Almost there. This is the last workout, so really push yourself. We got 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Whew. My abs are on fire, so yours should be too. That was awesome, you guys. That was a lower abs shred workout. So if you liked that workout and you want to see more, make sure you check out our other workouts because we have so many more for you. And click that little red button that said subscribe to our channel, and we'll see you on the next one.